All right, I was recently asked, how serious is the job? You say you take the job rather seriously. Let me tell you how serious it can be. On Veterans Day, they fired a veteran on Veterans Day, to which the veteran came downstairs and said, I'm sorry I've been out because of a mental illness. Now, not saying that the guy is going to come back and do anything, but you have to take that as I mean, you're getting fired on Veterans Day and you're a veteran. It's worst day to fire somebody. All right. So now you have two issues. You have that. I have to put that in the logs. And what's from stopping the dude from going to his car if he wanted to, coming back and, you know, shooting us? A couple weeks back, I had an employee, and he's having a conversation with me, and I seen him walking back and forth. So, and he was pacing when he first left the building. He was normally people do that. You're reading their body language. Um, they want to open up. They want to talk. So I asked if he had a problem. He walked out of the building. About 10 minutes later, he come back in the building. He's very irritated. I said, "You all right?" He says, "No, I'm going in the back to kick somebody's ass." This gentleman's name's Paul. Don't know his last name, so you could use any name, Paul. And it's his name, Paul. But anyway, he goes back there. He comes back out. I said, "Well, did you get your lighter?" Because I can't stop him from going back there. He's an employee. He said, "Yeah." As he gets to the door, I ask him once again, "Hey, are you all right? Because you seem very flustered today." He proceeds to tell me how he got stabbed underneath the arm here. Not too deep or anything at all. You could tell he's very irritated at that. So I'm sitting there thinking, why would you come into this job knowing that you got stabbed bouncing at a bar? And then he goes into more of a personal, oh, well, I guard the upcoming actors or upcoming rappers and stuff around here. And I'm thinking, it's Ocala. There's not really anybody to talk to. It won't even make the news when it comes to upcoming rappers. But I let it go, and I did this with my eyes. I didn't roll them. I just looked up and over. And he says to me, "I catch you rolling your eyes again, I'll bounce your ass out of the building." So on his way back, I did, for my safety, because he's already looking at me like my job is nothing. Like I told you guys, we are there to guard the building and get these people their food. You know, they order from DoorDash and Grubhub and things like that, and Uber Eats, and we get their food, and it's a lot of logging, and you have to maintain who's coming in and out. Well, anyway, that's how the guy sees me, as well as, oh, yeah, you think you're something because you're a handicap guard. No, I don't. I'm just a security guard doing my job. I chose the job for quite a few reasons. I'm good at it. So the gentleman comes back in, right? And this is how serious it is. I said, I had my phone set up. I said, "Did you threaten me?" And he goes, "It was a joke." I said, "No, it wasn't. You may be bigger than me, maybe as big as an ox, but I'm not scared of you one little bit. It's not right to do that. We can have that go." And of course, I let it go. Well, last night again, the dude, once again, he's that one guy. There's always that one guy, and you have to pretty much live in a glass box when it comes to people. Last night he did again, once again threaten, and I'm like, what? And we have no audio proof. On my phone, we have the audio proof of him giggling off. It was a joke when I asked him if he threatened me. No threat is to be taken lightly. Now, you know, one could come up with excuses. It's the holidays, it's this or that. I mean, they even gave him the option of working from home, and he did make it a week. He was already back at the building. For whatever reasons. It could be internet, it could be whatever, but he had the option from working it from home, and it just didn't work out. Come back, and instead of talking with a civil tone, he's that guy. He doesn't know how to separate professional from personal, from what I can gather. And it's just like some people go, "Well, why didn't you talk to your manager?" The manager that I've mentioned, the 25-year-old young man, is what I'm going to say, because You don't want somebody saying you're age shaming because that is a thing. It's the lack of experience. And when you find out that this gentleman, Paul, has a personal relationship with your management, how can you go to your management about anything? You can't. And this gentleman has shared more than one story in front of other people. And I'm like, oh my Lord. So you can't go to your boss to tell you, hey, this guy is thinking he could talk any way he wants. He can treat you any way he wants. So yeah, it does get real and nerve-wracking. But you got to giggle at it, man. It's the holidays. You got to be the way you're going to be. You got to be professional. But yeah, it is a real threat because this guy also has mentioned to others how he carries. Now, and there's no law stating that you can't carry in this building. We can't, okay? We can't, but what's from stopping that gentleman from going out? Nothing. Nothing. And the way that I had the camera set up, as I've already shown you, that was so I could see the building and better get up and get their food and see what's coming at us. We can't see what's coming at us, or if they went to the parking lot to actually get something out of their car and come back, and it could be bad. And right now, you maybe have 30 people in the building. We're the front line of it. Not much we can do except take the first shots while everybody else runs out the back. Not that it would happen, but it is a what if, and you can't stop a what if. So it is very serious in that job title. I mean, let me put it to you this way. Being a tattooer. Like, let's say you get somebody and it's your job to ask them to put up their mask. And they say, fuck you, Tiny Tim, because you're physically impaired. If they spit at you and that gets in your eye, you now could very well have AIDS. Because you can contract it that way. It's a fluid. So, and you can get anything from somebody doing something like that. And our hands are tied. And like I said, so it gets very serious. And when you find out that there's a conflict of interest between your boss and some of the gentlemen, or at least that particular gentleman, who seems to be a problem, and he seems to think that because he knows that it's a conflict of interest. So he thinks, well, no matter what you say to your boss, he's not going to be able to do his job because we're buddies. You already know how that goes. So those are the real things that happen at the job. And you guys see that I get up and go. And no matter what goes on here, right, D? Right? No matter what goes on here, me and the old boy here, we don't take it to work. When I get to work, the most important thing is the people. That's the truth. That building can be replaced 100 times over, so can everything in it. It's actually on a sinkhole, really. But the people can't. I don't care if it's one person, 2 people, 3 people. I don't care. The people are the most important, and that's why we're there to maintain that you're putting your mask up, you're doing your job. And like when I started the job, guys, I had to bitch for a key card to do the job properly. You guys know I'm not supposed to be on steps. Obviously. Yeah, they have an elevator, but you don't want to get stuck in this elevator a whole couple of days. If the elevator goes out and you're stuck there from 11:30 all the way through, you count the night as a day, right? So I adapted, and I show my perseverance even through the pain that I go through, and I do it, and I do the job well. But those are the real concerns in the job. It can be stressful, but you can't take any threat as a grain of salt. And obviously you can tell that he just laughs it off because he believes he can do what he wants. And I have that. That's the type of person he really is. But you just have to take it and go, well, it is what it is. And I do what I do because right now you need the money. It's a job. So that being said, I hope I've answered everything and I've given you guys an earful. We're going on 10 minutes now. Later, and enjoy your day. Have a good one.